Another big guy that covers the court extremely well. The difference is Fed's going to be coming forward all day. He's just going to have to find the passes there, and that's a great job. That's a great confidence builder, too, on the backhand side to hit a passing shot early in a semifinal.
1-0.
Just love the patience from Federico Staksrud there. Not rattled, even though the ball kept coming back.
Yeah, and I know he was cussing himself out after that drop shot when the point should have been over, but he maintained his composure, and that's hard to do when you think, I cannot believe I just let this guy back in this rally. That's why he is consistently there, because that mental fortitude is a huge part of singles.
Wearing the #1 seed.
Side out.
Another one of these serves down the tee. I love that people are doing it. You hate to miss a serve wide, but really moving that ball flight around.
Well, and that's particularly serving from the right, because you're forcing them to have to create on the backhand side through the middle.
Yeah, because it's your feet. So if you are on the left side of the court here, as Staksrud is, he can, if he wanted, he could toss this ball into the court and hit it straight down the line, because it's your feet, not where you contact the ball, that is what the referees are watching.
Side out.
Staksrud now out of Estero, Florida. 27 years old.
1-1.
Just 5'11", as opposed to what we just saw between Alshon and de Villiers. 6'2" and 6'3".
Yeah. We need a point guard.
Comes with his own nuances in terms of style and strategy.
1-1.
It's always interesting to me, Dave, to watch the paddle flight and how some, just like in tennis, you might have more topspin or a different grip to be able to have a paddle flight that's more vertical. Little hop for Federico Staksrud, but it seems as if Fed at times is a little bit flatter with his flight path of his paddle.
Yeah, he'll get a little more compact than some that take the big swing, and there's just a nice looper right on the outside edge there. Kusmider's like, that area of the court has been my nemesis. Against Sock, there were 3 or 4 balls literally right there.
Well, and you don't think Fed saw that?
Yeah.
Point.
A little scouting report for Federico Staksrud. No Ben Johns in this draw.
3-1.
We're here in North Carolina. Oh, no way. They played the majority of that point on the outskirts of the court.
Point. 4-1.
You need more than just you. You know, Fed said it's a job. Well, guess what? You need coworkers, and you need people supporting you.
Side out. 1-4.
On the full stretch, Jake Kusmider. Pretty sure that was a look at the timeout of Luke Kusmider, his brother, also playing tennis.
2-4.
The University of Charleston.
Point.
A little run here for Kusmider.
Side out.
Catching their breath now.
Yeah, and if Jake's going to keep talking, we'll just listen into what he has to say.
Nearly had to catch his balance on the extension on the backhand side.
Yeah, and that's one thing Staksrud does so well. The minute he sees his opponent in trouble or hitting up on the ball just a little bit, he is coming forward to not let you get away with one more ball.
That had to be about 3 millimeters out. I'm always so impressed with these guys calling their lines.
3-5.
Yeah, they would love to get to the day where we've got computers on all of that. It'll come.
That was another close call. I believe that's been the case on the tennis world.
Yes.
As of recent. Going fully that direction. And again, these two just missing by inches.
Yeah, because that takes another part away from your focus, as you've got to call lines too, as opposed to just play it and let the technology call it.
Point. 4-5.
Kusmider can't believe it as the frustration comes, but it is so fun to watch a lefty oppose those forehands with the backhand.
Yeah, and he just tried the little one-handed backhand roll there, just got a little too much of an angle. Ridiculous anticipation from Staksrud there, because Kusmider had a ball that sat up that he had his choice, but Fed reads this right here so well, split steps, gets there, doesn't fall into the kitchen, and then boom.
6-4.
Kusmider again trying to find some of those passing shots while at the kitchen line. He was fully dedicated to the game of tennis as a child. He's actually homeschooled, allowed him to practice each and every day. Went on to play at the College of Charleston's tennis team, and then sitting in the weight room one day and saw a pickleball court playing outside the weight room, and they said, "You play tennis, you should probably do this." Next thing you know, here he is playing pickleball.
In the semifinals.
That was just when he was 18 years old.
Side out. 4-8.
He's doing a really nice job on the run, but it's just too much placement from Federico Staksrud right now.
Yeah, Fed just does such a great job, not too much movement at the kitchen line, and he wears you down.
Federico Staksrud, a gold medalist in 2023. He looks to find another here. First has to get through this semifinal.
Been running the show.
8-4.
And have a chance to do so again here today.
Point.
Meanwhile, the 12 seed still
9-4.
trailing. It all starts with the service pressure as Federico Staksrud finds his 10th.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he knows against the lefty you want to find the backhand. Well, that's usually in the corner. Now it's down the middle, so that serve was money.
10-4.
And finds the backhand again, and this is vintage Federico.
Vintage Federico, a great year now at 11-4 as we will head to game number 2, women's and men's semifinals. Intralinks. So Jake Kusmider looking for a response. What can he do just in terms of settling himself? This is a big moment, probably the biggest moment he's had in his singles career to this point.
Those keep adding up today.
We've said that a few times.
Last match was his biggest moment, and he got through it. So I think remembering what got him here. You know, he's beaten some very good players. He has not been sharp with his forehand so far. Just missed that one. You know, he cannot give freebies away. The level of perfection on his returns just needs to be a little better. If you leave it in the middle of the court, this guy's going to beat you. That's smart again. He'll hit the two-week, but is not nearly as good as that inside-out forehand. So that's the level of specificity on the placement that is necessary.
You can see just how quick Federico Staksrud is in terms of his feet getting to that kitchen line. Having a little bit of fun, giving Jake a hard time that he was in the wrong location. Time to put the track shoes on for Federico Staksrud. The 100-meter dash.
No kidding. And Kusmider might have played a ball that was going to be wide earlier in that point. And then you see that shot that looks a lot like the guy that's not here, Ben Johns, that holding that backhand there and then rolling across court. Everybody's picking up a little something from everybody. We are far from a finished product in pickleball.
Fall. Right foot. Right foot.
A windmill didn't work, Dave.
No, I know. I don't know if the sudden breeze I know we have Hurricane Tyra Black in the draw, but I don't know what pushed. Yeah.
It was a great effort, though.
Oh. So fun.
I always love in doubles when the partner ends up pulling, pulling you back and maintaining your balance.
2-1.
Can I please find some part of this shirt to get that guy out of there? And whether it says same-day mortgage or guaranteed rate, you do not get extra points, Cam, for hitting it. And Jake's just been talking to himself a lot, and that takes a strain on you as well.
Side out.
Staksrud just missing. Came out of the University of New Orleans. Also having played at Tennessee Wesleyan. He was a top-ranked tennis player coming out of Argentina in the U18 rankings. Going as high as number 7.
1-2.
I mean, you want to talk about a brush stroke. That thing was gorgeous.
Yeah, and again, serve down the middle. Kusmider chooses not to hit a backhand, so he runs around it. Well, you can't get the pace on that you want when your body is in the way. Leaves it short and then hits a clean winner on the next return and says, I will take the ball back, please. Wow.
2-2.
He's still looking for that same shot, but you like the serve.
Love the serve. Love this. It's T-serve day here, Cam, and I love it.
2-2. Point.
Yeah, a lot of chatter with his friends and family and support group behind him.
3-2.
Yeah, it nearly looked like he was talking to himself at one point or another. Memes of pickleball.
There's another short return that Fed is just going to absolutely dictate from that point always.
4-2.
I mean, at this point, they look like gymnasts, nearly doing the splits from the left to the right.
Of the action. And look at this rally from Brooke
One
Buckner.
timeout remaining. 2 timeouts remaining.
Game 3, obviously, so we've switched sides at 6 here now.
5-2.
Catherine Parento with the lead in game 3. We'll give you a glimpse as to both of these matchups. On the right is a quarterfinal matchup, this being a semifinal match on championship court. We'll keep you posted on the scores
2-5.
there. And that's, oh, I was going to say good news for Jake Kusmider, because that's a shot he's been trying to find.
So, again, in that exact area, Jake's had his hands on his hips the whole day. His balls have missed by, I think you said 3 millimeters earlier, so we'll stick with the same terminology. And his opponents have hit the outside of the line.
All right, side out. Challenge. Your challenge.
And a challenge, I believe, is coming because, and I don't blame Jake Kusmider, just in the sense that this one was so close and you've been looking to find contact with that sideline
The outcall puts us at
throughout this match.
An advantage.
Well, now I believe we've sorted the video
review,
challenge.
The call stands. The loss of a challenge, loss of a timeout.
Call will
Resume play at
stand,
5-2.
loss of a timeout, loss
zero
of the
timeouts
challenge
remaining.
for Jake
2 timeouts
Kusmider.
remaining.
So 5-2 for Federico Staksrud.
Yeah, Jake, that sideline is just not his friend. It's
So
just
elusive.
unbelievable.
Time in. 5-2.
So he decides to find the other one.
Yeah, really well done there. Staksrud had a ball up that looked like it was going to end the point, but good scrap from
2-5.
Kusmider. He's got to go now. That is not a timeout paddle drop. That is just a frustration paddle drop there. You know, and if your legs are just a little off when you want to run around every forehand like that, that is a cumulative effect of all those other victories from earlier today.
Speaking of legs, maybe a little bit too close to that last ball for Federico Staksrud.
2-5.
Hitting near the handle of his paddle, pulling that. He was almost there too fast.
Yeah,
Side out.
was there in plenty of time and had plenty of choices. Unfortunately, went with the roll that came up well short.
5-2.
You want to talk about some pretty play right there from Federico Staksrud. He wasn't just ahead in that point. He had already won it before.
Yeah, the minute he dropped that ball, he knew he was getting a ball up the line and went flying over there and then just didn't overhit the Ernie, just placed it neatly in the corner.
6-2.
That's gorgeous singles.
There it is for Kusmider. This has been such a momentous day for him, just in terms of the victories to even get to this semifinal. You have to go hats off to what Jake Kusmider has done.
Oh, no doubt about it. You know, to play somebody, and there's his group of fans back there. You know, I know his
2-6.
doppelganger is his brother looking.
Luke.
Oh, a little skitter. Yeah, but you know, when you get to play against Jack Sock, who you're a big tennis fan, and to take him out in his first pro tournament, plus Dylan Frazier and Zane Navratil, 2 very accomplished singles player, and this isn't over, but he's had quite a day.
My point is to say the amount of pickleball that he
No
has
doubt.
played to get to this point. Federico Staksrud played the 32 seed to start.
7-2. Point.
Federico's ability to hold his paddle and kind of wait on that backhand side has definitely been an area that he's progressed since he's come on the pickleball court.
Yeah, and then he's just reading the play so well. He's like, I know what you're going to do with that two-hander, and I'm there. And, you know, is he smashing winners? No, he's placing them into open courts all afternoon.
Elastic is Federico Staksrud. Overhead after overhead, 9-2.
Yeah, and the learning for this is you're the one at the net and they're the one that's back. So don't try and be a hero. Keep them back, move them around, and then eventually you'll get the ball where you can angle off a winner. That's just really smart pickleball singles right there. He tried to run around his forehand, said, no, I don't have time, and then just stripes a two-handed backhand winner. Wow.
Federico Staksrud now at match point here in the semifinals.
Side out.
Kusmider with a shot at a rebuttal.
2-10. Side out.
And again, pulling that just wide.
Side out.
Sitting on the other side, again, in terms of another men's semifinal, will be Christian Alshon versus Tyson McGuffin.
Get your snacks ready. That is going to be something else.
The barking's going to come. Great footwork and energy from Kusmider.
Yeah, and that's what all of his other matches look like that, and he was cleaner with the forehand, and Staksrud just hasn't given him as many chances, and quite frankly, his level was better earlier with everything, and that's why the singles day is such a grind.
3-10.
Just cutting that ball down on the backhand side. To be able to hit passing shots against these top-tier pros, you gotta find that last 6 inches to the sideline.
Yeah, and 1 inch over the net. It's a very small window.
Still match point for the #1 seed.
Side out.
That looked like the vintage Staksrud walk-off there, but didn't make the one-handed roll, so still has a comfortable lead.
3-10.
You can see Kusmider, I think, saying, I'm just out.
Yeah, just the running dialogue with the cheering section during game 2. It's just been frustrating. He just hasn't been able to put a couple of good things together to get that mentally going, and here's the end.
Match point to Federico Staksrud, 11-4, 11-3. So the #1 seed is moving on to the championship match. Federico Staksrud, clean, simple pickleball.